Why, hello there. Welcome back to another one of my English videos. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, and we are going to be doing some morphology practice. So I hope everything went well for you guys last week in the lessons that we did. I know my video from last Thursday was a little hard to look at because my cards were halfway off the screen, so I hope you saw the key that I put on there to go with it. I'm just having a little bit of hard time with the videos because I can't use the front camera because then it flips all the writing on the card and it appears backwards in the video, so that's been a little tricky. So I have to set it up and then run and sit down and hope that everything is in the frame. So I'll make sure to post pictures like I did with the notes for last Thursday's lesson after you watch my videos if you need them or whatever. I do have to say that I think I'm going to become famous by the time we are done with distance learning because my YouTube channel has a whopping 3 subscribers. So I don't know if it's you guys or what who's subscribing to my lessons, but I've got 3 followers already. So when I'm a famous YouTuber, I will remember you guys, don't worry. All right, so we are going to talk about morphology today. I bet you are sitting next to someone. Can you tell the person sitting next to you what morphology means? Ology means what? That's a root that we studied. And so does morpheme. Go ahead, tell somebody. All right, it is the study of the smallest unit of meaning in the English language. So we always do this every Tuesday after tests. So we are just going to do some more review today. I'm going to show you what I need you to do. You'll be taking some notes, and then there's some independent practice on the bottom. So this is how I would like you to set up your note page today for 14 morphology practice. So your notes up here, we're going to talk about those in just a second. I need you to have 4 areas: root, origin, meaning, example, and then I'm going to go through 4 different morphemes with you. Then you are going to use those morphemes, examples, or any other examples that you can think of in sentences on your own. And then down here, you are going to do independent examples using root, origin, meaning, and example. So we're going to go over some, and then you'll come up with some of your own that we have already studied this year. So if you have your binder and you have your cards on your ring, you can use any of those cards in there to help you with the bottom portion. I also made our nice little pyramid here that we have in our notes. I think you have that, well, you should have that in your morphology tab in your binder. It's our little Anglo-Saxon, Latin, and Greek pyramid. So I would go ahead and pause the video, get this set up. I'm also going to post a picture of this so you can look at that too in case I'm not clear in this video. So go ahead and get your note sheet set up for today. This is what you will be taking a picture of and submitting after we're done with our lesson. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you need more time setting up your page, just pause this lesson. But we are going to start in the notes portion with number 1. Number 1, the suffix that I'm talking about here is full. Does a suffix come at the beginning or an end of a word? Does the suffix come at the beginning or the end of a word? If you said end, you are correct. So full comes at the end of the word. Where do you think this falls in our pyramid? Do you think it's Anglo-Saxon, Latin, or Greek? Remember, Anglo-Saxon is on the bottom because it's in our more common words, or our roots are in our more common vocabulary. Remember, the Anglo-Saxons were everyday people like you and me. And then all the way up to the top of our pyramid with the Greeks, who are very intellectual and scientific, and the basis and roots we use that come from the Greeks are often more complicated, and Latin falls somewhere in the middle. Okay, so full. If you guessed Anglo-Saxon, you are correct. So write that down for your origin. The root origin for full is Anglo-Saxon. Okay, this one's easy because it's Anglo-Saxon. It's at the bottom of our pyramid. We use this root in everyday language. A common mistake that a lot of people do when adding this is it's FUL as a suffix, but sometimes people will put a double L, and that means that you're not spelling it right. Full is a word on its own, but it's not a suffix when there's one L. Okay, so full of. Our examples here are wonderful, grateful, and joyful. And again, Anglo-Saxon origin, so make sure you get this down in your notes. I set it up just like we do our note cards in our binders on our rings. So think if you can come up with any other full words besides joyful, grateful, and wonderful. What about thankful? A healthy practice would be to think of 5 things that you're thankful for every day. Can you think of any right now? All right, get this down, pause the video if you need it. All right, so we're going to work from easy to hard today in our progression of our morphemes. So keep that in mind on how we move up the pyramid. The next one is ER. I chose this one on purpose because last week we just reviewed bossy R's. That's an R-controlled vowel there, which is also a suffix. Okay, this is also Anglo-Saxon. ER comes at the end. It means more or better. We have some very basic words here with ER tacked on the end, like bigger, smarter, happier. Look at BIG, that's our 1-1-1 rule. So one syllable, one short vowel, and one consonant after it, so we double and add our suffix. Okay, so get that. This is our drop Y rule here. We studied that a while ago as well. Any other ones that you can think of that have ER at the end besides happier, smarter, and bigger? What about smaller, or cuter, or fluffier, or tastier, or sweeter? Lots of examples. This one's easy to come up with examples with because it's an Anglo-Saxon root. Okay, we're starting to get a little more complicated now. This is one that we studied the second week of school. Let's see if you can remember all the way back to that. It's dis. It has 2 meanings for its definition. Dis. Remember we drew a little frog on our card in class. Why would we draw a frog on there? What could dis mean? Okay, not or apart. It's a Latin origin, so we're moving up that pyramid into more complicated vocabulary. Okay, so not or apart. I have on here distract, disappear, in disorder. Another one that I should have wrote down that has to do with our frog is what? Dissect. Okay. A common misconception is that die is the prefix on that word, but it's dis. But we pronounce it dissect. Go ahead and get this down in your notes. And if you don't have it, pause it and get it down. All right. The last one we are going to talk about today is definitely the most complicated. Okay, quad. Quad. We didn't get all the way to the top of the pyramid today, so this is a Latin origin as well. I'm really missing my color-coded highlighters from school because I should have been able to write this all in what color? Don't say purple. Lavender. Why do we color code stuff, guys? Anglo-Saxon is gold because Latin's lavender, and why is Greek green? Tell the people next to you. All right, it's to organize our thoughts. The more we can pair words with colors or other parts of our senses, the better we remember things. It's called multi-sensory education or multi-sensory learning. Okay, so quad just is one of our number roots. What's uni mean? What's bi mean? try, and quad. I went right in order. Uni 1, bi 2, tri 3, quad means 4. Has a Latin origin, and some examples here are quadriceps, like the quads in your legs. If you do a lot of squats, you're gonna get big quadriceps. Also, can you tell the person next to you what we know about this QU combination? What do we usually draw around that? Can you remember? This helps with our spelling. It's kind of a little spelling rule that we've worked in there without any official lesson. Okay, if you told the person sitting next to you that Q and U are married letters and they're so in love that they're never apart, then you are right. We would draw in class a little heart around these guys, because whenever we have a Q, 99.9% of the time there's going to be a U that comes after it to make the qu sound. Okay, quadricep, quartet, quadrant, quilt, quite, quit. Okay, all examples of the QU. Our examples of 4 are quadriceps, quartet, quadrant, so quadricep in your legs, it's like a set of 4 kind of muscles in there. Quartet is a group of 4 people singing, and a quadrant, so in your math, when you're graphing stuff, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants in there. Okay, again, Latin origin, get this down in your notes. Okay. By now, you should have this top portion filled out of your note sheet. The next part that you are going to do on your own is the sentence practice. You're going to use these 4 that we just studied. So quad, dis, and full. Those are what you're going to use in your sentences. I expect, again, like you are writing Queen Elizabeth, you're going to use beautiful handwriting, capitals, punctuation. Think of your cups, CUPS, capitalization, understanding, punctuation, and it's got to make sense. All right, so I'm going to zip through this. You're going to have to pause if you're not done, and go down to the bottom. Independent, your other 3 examples. Root, origin, meaning, example, just like we did up here. 1, 2, 3. This is my note sheet. Oopsie. My teaching notes from all the morphemes we've studied this year. Look how smart you guys are. Look how much we've done. It's crazy. I wish we were in school right now so we could talk about this. Okay, you can use any one off here. Look at your note cards. Look back in your notes. Look at the interactive coloring sheets that we've done and put in our morphology tab. Use this. Okay, so it goes from all the way to the beginning to where we are now. Some examples to jog your memory are re, able, con, pre, ing, un, less, anti, ick, ology, which we talked about at the beginning of this video, which means what? Think of the title of your notes. Oct, poly, less, I think I said less twice, semi, ship, port, mal, for, mid, audi, and cred. Lots of examples that you can choose from there. Use your note cards, use your resources. I'm not asking you to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so after you get all this done, again, handwritten, just like your other 2 assignments, you are going to snap a picture of this and upload it to Schoology. Okay, I would highly suggest now after 3 lessons that you're keeping all your papers for this class in one location, like I am in my handy notebook here. So then when we hopefully come back together at school, we'll have all our work, and we can continue the work that we've done at home. Okay, reach out to me if you have any questions, and I look forward to reading your sentence examples. Bye.